The calendar still read Tuesday when I found the first footprint, just a faint smudge under the kitchen window, barely visible in the dusk light, a damp curve of something that wasn't shoe leather. Insomnia had hollowed me for weeks, so I didn't question the noises. But then the hallway mirror went cold. Not the glass! The care! Beside it, like standing near an open freezer. I woke to its screen, cracked, spiderweb from corner to corner, though it had been charging untouched on the nightstand. Tiny glints of something dark clung to the fissures. Soil, maybe, or insect husks. Outside, the wind hissed through the maple tree, branches scraping the gutter in a rhythm that almost sounded deliberate. Tap, drag, tap. I started keeping the bathroom light on, not for comfort, but because shadows pooled differently now, thicker where the tiles met the shower curtain as though crouching. Once, while rinsing a mug, I felt a puff of air on my neck, damp and sour, like breath from a mouth that hadn't spoken in years, and under it all, a sound like bare feet shifting weight downstairs. The camera showed nothing. I checked every thumbnail clip religiously, fast-forwarding through footage of empty rooms and static angles. Behind me, the hallway stretched ordinary and still. Then why did the floorboards creak after? I'd stopped moving. The floorboard creaked again, brittle and deliberate, as if answering my silence. My palms pressed against the doorframe, slick with cold sweat. Downstairs, the dark hummed, a low electrical thrum beneath the hum of the refrigerator. The stairs swallowed my footsteps, each step sinking too deep, like the wood had turned to wet sand. My phone's flashlight trembled a narrow path over the living room rug. Suddenly, the beam caught it, another footprint. But this one wasn't smudged. Toes splayed, elongated, the arch too high. A draft coiled around my ankles, carrying a scent I couldn't place, mildew and iron like old pennies left in rain. I followed it, absurdly, toward the basement door. The knob felt greasy, colder than the rest of the house. Then, a click, soft, wet. The sound came from behind me. The faucet dripped steadily into a bowl I hadn't left there. Water rippled, though the air was still. When I leaned closer, the surface flickered, not with my reflection, but a sprawl of shadows just beyond the window. Moving. Twitching. My phone buzzed. A motion alert. The camera above the fridge had recorded 12 seconds of footage at 3,000 a.m., but when I opened it, the clip showed only static, blurry, and granular, like soil falling through a sieve. Somewhere above, the bathroom light flickered out. Darkness has textures. This one felt like silt against the skin. The hallway stretched, breathing. I counted steps back to the stairs. 12 last night, now 13. The final stair warped upward like a twisted rib. The walls pulsed faintly, wallpaper seemed squirming when I looked away. The bathroom door stood ajar. My fingers met something fibrous and spongy at the light switch. The bulb buzzed like a trapped fly, dimming before blazing white. The mirror showed the room inverted toilet gaping from the ceiling, my face a smudged thumbprint. A shrill ringing bloomed in my left ear, a tinnitus hum I somehow recognized. The bowl of water downstairs shivered in my mind, shadows coiling like smoke in its surface. Footsteps padded above me. I'd forgotten when I'd last breathed. The kitchen faucet had stopped. Only a damp ring remained, sprouting mold like lace. My phone lit up, 3,000 a.m., motion alert. The stove clock read 9:42. Angular patterns bloomed behind my closed eyelids. The room tilted when I lowered my hands. A frayed version of my own voice whispered from the basement, "Come, see how deep the house goes." The basement door stood open a centimeter. The metallic smell of pennies thickened the air. My foot lifted of its own accord. The dark below yawned, warmer than any living thing. 13 steps disappeared into nothingness. Somewhere, a faucet resumed dripping, 2 floors away, or 2 decades. The air thickened with each step, a wet heat pooling around my ankles. The stair beneath my heel gave slightly, membrane-thin, springing back with a wet slap. 13 turned to 17. I stopped counting when the numbers began to prickle my tongue, metallic. The dripping quickened. Not water now, something viscous. I held the rail, and it throbbed. Shapes moved at the edges, faint as after-images, but skittering. Hairs rose on my neck as the whispers swelled, my own voice frayed at the edges. "Stop lying to yourself! You've been here before!" Chi. At the 9th step, or was it 20th? My soles met something yielding. Black water seeped through the warped wood, lapping, stinking of rust and salt. The walls glistened now, veined with swollen capillaries. When I touched one, it twitched. The dripping paused. In the silence, a new sound, shallow panting, out of rhythm with my own breath. Close. To the left, the voice slid between my ears. "Don't turn! Don't!" I turned. A silhouette straddled the stairs below, hunched and shuddering. Its head lifted. Fingers of dread tightened as the thing raised a trembling hand. My hand, and pressed it to where a face should be. No features, just a smudge, a smeared reflection in a dusty mirror. My throat closed as it mimed the shape of a scream I couldn't voice. The basement exhaled. Somewhere above, a door slammed. The scream strangled silent. Lungs collapsed. The thing's mouth kept stretching anyway, a black puncture widening. Above, the slamming door severed the last whisper of daylight. I stumbled, stairs slithering beneath me. The rail pulsed hotter, tendon cords writhing under peeling paint. Cold seeped into my shoes where the water soaked through. The air shuddered, as if the house inhaled. The silhouette hadn't followed. Had it? I hazarded a glance back. Nothing. Only the staircase coiling upward, impossibly distant. My reflection. No, it, whatever wore my skin, waited 3 steps below now. Closer. Head cocked, awaiting its cue. Flecks of mold sprouted along my sleeve. When I blinked, my eyelids dragged, thick membranes, sticky. The air was syrup, clotting in my throat. Something brushed my earlobe. Breath. Not mine. Words this time, syrupy and low. Better run! O.S. Stairs splintered, bending like cartilage. The basement door hung ajar, swollen shut for years. But there it yawned, hinges streaked fresh red. From the dark beyond, a whimper echoed. Mine, but warped. Hungry. The walls pressed closer, ribcage tight. I stepped through. The door sealed behind me, wet, sucking closure. That newly strangled dark, cold cupped my face as if in greeting. Underfoot, steps dissolved into slanting earth. Roots snaked upward, glistening with a film like saliva. Pulses throbbed beneath my soles. Drip, drip, not water. Thicker. Trickling from the ceiling now, salty. Metallic. Something coiled around my ankle, not root or rope, cold as a tongue. I fell forward, palms plunged into spongy rot. The floor swallowed my hands. Dim light bloomed ahead. The furnace? The furnace crouched inverted, bolted to the ceiling. The shape turned, its face peeled open, my chin, my ash-smeared cheeks. Our palms pressed, blisters mirroring. Her mouth moved with mine. "We tried to warn you!" The floor softened, embracing hips, ribs. Her fingers slid beneath my skin, effortless, split myself like pages, our spines braided. The house hummed. Upstairs, the doors unlocked now. Fresh paint dries. Some nights, laughter echoes, hollow, practiced. A decent mimicry. When new feet pause at its mouth, we whisper, soft as settling bones, "Better run. Better run."